So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the platform. Please remember to smash the like button, share it with 10 people, and all that good stuff. We want to know what is the real uproar about where what Isaac Buchanan had said. So, we are going to the source. Seeing my listen more.
Check this out.
But when the government that you vote for send the Jamaica Constabulary Force to lock up the men who them know say, if a dirt, cause when me build my house as a poor man and put my baby mother in it and come tell my mother to come live with me, and me gonna work and me I do my best, me not kill, me not rob, me not hurt nobody, me just a try live. And no, me can't buy land. You forgot to me poor. You forget to get where me come from. You forgot to me never go to school. You forget to gold spoon in my mouth. Eh? You forgot to when I not split up land and I never give me none because I not vote for no wicked people, whether you're PNP or JLP. So means a man will work hard and we find a place and 10 years we did it.
So you know, say, him a talk to 60% of Jamaica. We think exactly, because he said either PNP or JLP. You know. I want to point that out, because that is very significant. Let's continue.
2 years short of adverse possession. Probably we did get the adverse possession, but when we go to court, we don't friend them. Because after they detained the men in Trelawney, you know what they did? They went back and they escorted the bulldozer to carry out the order from the court. Yeah? The same orders when the court ordered that you must pay George Williams because you lock him up for 50 years. And somebody down in the office said, we not pay that nigga nothing. Well, wait till him dead, him can't enjoy it. You see the police I go up at Attorney General office and I say, who are the state attorney? Run the money. You see right now, Everton, Douglas and others, government get order for pay money, and what them do? They're busy, they're on vacation, they don't come for taxation, they don't want nobody get money. But when poor people, when court issue order upon poor people, everybody ready for enforce it, cause don't know who for frightened. Yeah. You think right now if the United States is on the land they never pay nothing, you think any police could have go over there come talk about the US Embassy lift up off of this? Eh? You think
Jamaica, where is the lie? Where is the lie? Make a did US soon over there. No boy. But because of poor people. Because of poor people. Make US say, you know, we just have to take your son and stay with what we do. We don't need no title. We don't need none of that. We just have to do what we feel like for do. Make a did them do it. Make a did US just take that so and just use it for what they want to use it. No title, no nothing. Jamaica government wouldn't even talk, they wouldn't even want them out. Me I talk about the JLP specifically. They wouldn't even say anything. They would have just let it be. But because of something to poor people, you know, yeah man, poor people lives no matter in Jamaica and Jamaica Labour Party government.
you think right now if the United States is on the land they never pay nothing, you think any police could have go over there come talk about the US Embassy lift up off of this? Eh? You think Donald Trump would allow it? You think any China will come out here where any piece of land them there and you think any police boy could have go there with court order and talk about they must come off it? Don't you know who for frightened? So yeah, this is not a political election conversation. And no, this is not a racial conversation, but this is about oppression of one particular race. Classism at its best. Protection of property rights selectively. I was in court yesterday. You know what the woman in the dock is the landlord. And you know what police do? Come and lock her up because some girl in her house and don't want to pay the rent. And she know police and her police when she make the woman get locked up. And them have case down a Sutton Street. So when you're black, your tenants them don't want to pay you. But when you're rich and you're white, the police will come and murder you. For you come off for protection of property rights of a selected class. So I have no beef with the private owner. The government has a duty to treat people with human dignity. Yeah? In fact, there's a force order about landlord and tenancy and the lack of intervention between the JCF.
For just $67, you can generate as many videos as you want and never have to worry about
and any opportunity that people get to destroy the dignity. It happens right here on TikTok. Yeah? They say the worst things so that they can reduce and try to remove and strip you of your human dignity. I.e., if you're a lawyer, them say he's a careless lawyer. Them say he's a dirty Rasta lawyer. That's people attempting, especially people who are nobody, attempting to rob you of your human dignity and your existence of equality before the law. Basic human decency is lost. So miss me with that. And those of you who jump out and come tell me about she's a member of parliament from 2020. What are you trying to say? When sufficient time it was there for you to have the conversations. So you can say I did my best. But let me tell you something. They're doing the bypass. And enough people did a squat. Well, see if you go bulldoze them houses. And the only same people is going to say, that's why I shouldn't vote for Isat. See them come and take your land and him can't do nothing because me must get up and rob and kill and thief and do everything and shoot up place. Before me as a black man would do anything right in life. And yeah, I took the Prime Minister to court for Louidesville. I took him to court for Bernard Lodge. We are in court for all those things. And Louidesville, the reason why they weren't bulldozed, because I took them to court. But I am one. Something has to be fundamentally wrong if every single person that is being disenfranchised by the government, one man must take them to court. The same man that's in here disrespecting. Yeah? But when it all said and done, it's time and place. Time and place. Wherever you are in Jamaica or anywhere in the world, if you feel okay with the government's participation in the disenfranchisement of poor ghetto people, and them not even have to be ghetto, they're trying people. If you are okay with that and find any possible means of justifying that, because you yourself is oppressed. You sound like when a woman get beat and you talk about but him feed him, pick me them. It is Stockholm syndrome, if that the syndrome cause. How can your oppressors destroy?
Hey man, shout out to Isaac. I told y'all I said that already in my previous live stream. This is Stockholm syndrome. Them using certain levels of psychology. Them abuse the people them, and then they come with one look, with the first aid kit. I say, oh, something love man, but because of the real, that's why they have to lick in your backside, man. And then the person will get beat say, baby, I'm sorry, I say, hush man, don't worry yourself. Alright. It's alright. Don't share. And then they come and say, thank you, babes, me know say you love me, Cause look how you take care of me. Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah, babes. Beat the person, then you come with the first aid kit. Stockholm syndrome.
You, and then you justify it. How can your government representative who is in government, who is aware, you think the people them never call her? And I'm not on her name, It could be anybody. It could be me. Yeah. And so when we are placed in situations to watch, and I as a man with fear, So I don't want nobody to think that I am coming down hard on this young lady. Because as a young person, and I've spoken to her before, she's young. And to put such a burden at her feet is most unfortunate, because guess what? I know she a government. She's a part of it. And when you talk to those who are even superior to you and say there is a crisis, persons are being disenfranchised, should we say something? How do you feel about it? And it's not a hot topic yet. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, so me no young. Me no young too. Huh? Or me is everything that is bad. Since we're comparing, I'm simply saying that no one person is government. 63 people in the vote for. Yeah? And I don't say no. The man say I vote for Tova and she's trying. I don't say she's not trying. What I'm telling you is trying is not calling Adpem to bring cuts. Calling is getting an injunction to prevent the demolition for a short time. So that you're...
Brother, me know why you know foolishness trying to apologize to Labor. If they told us that we are getting the creme de la creme and the best of the best, that's what they told us. Isn't she a lawyer? We don't want you no excuses. If you're a liar, you know the law. Use the law to help the people. It could have been done. And it's not about Tova Hamilton. She just come 2020. It's about the Jamaica Labour Party government. But in context of the person we are talking to Isaac Pan in live. Marjorie, big up. Michael, big up. Right? You, the individual, we have said that. Here's an apologist. You like Tova Hamilton, your MP, alright, cool. Call a spade a spade. That's why I said she should resign. If you are the MP and you would never know, really never know, say a demolition of this manner, all the mayor need to resign to. The government, what them name Princess Tima terms of Princess terms of terms what so. Right? When name Bobby Montague, he need to resign to. If he is going to tell us that Andrew Wallace need to resign to, if he never know. When name Kevin Blake need to resign to. A litany of individuals need to resign if they want to really have us believe that they did not know that this demolition was going to happen. The devil is a liar.
Government can find ways, because I'm sure the cots and the tents were put in the same place, the exact same place. So you mash up concrete structures and then say, hold that tent here, go and live under that tent here, because that's what they do. You know, believe me, you go to the nearest ants nest and pour water in it and see what the ants do. And if you put a piece of toilet paper there, the whole of them jump on it. If you put a cloth there, them jump on it to get dry. And then them would say, who the person that put down the cloth is my Lord and Savior. Cloth. Yeah. So, if you knew something was happening a long time and you did nothing to prevent it, that is like you was in a house and you knew that your older sister was being molested and you don't say nothing. And 18 years later, when she can't function in life, she started to tell people and you knew and you say, but I was scared. We don't have the conversations about teaching people to stand up for themselves. We don't have the conversations about what is government's responsibility. So yes, when balancing the rights, the landowner did the right thing. They went to court and they got their order, and them can't stay in perpetuity while people just depend them land. That's a wickedness. But the government, just remember, the government has its ability to intervene, to preserve human dignity, to preserve the right to life. Did you know that if a woman did drop down dead because of that, when the police come take away her son, she had worry about her son and she had worry about her picnic and she pregnant and if she did catch a stroke and dead? Our government fought that. They participated. And we could have a whole conversation about.
For just $67, you can generate as many videos as you want and never have to worry.
Intervention by the government. We could have a conversation about the horizontal application of constitutional rights. And yes, those who just joined the live and we're talking about dialectic thinking, we can have the conversation of the dialectic thinkers to say she did intervene. Yes, government can intervene, but when? Because the government has intervened with Melissa. We are now in the second hurricane season. And yes, some persons are getting trailer houses. And the best of the intervention is to put the temporary trailer houses, so that if a hurricane come right now and blow everything down, and yes, I see people say, yeah, did man I talk about trailer houses and him have trailer. I will never, as long as I live and have capacity, put somebody's family in a trailer. I don't care if it's PNP or JLP. There's some things that when it comes to the preservation of human dignity, especially when you are the person with the government's purse, yeah, temporary becomes permanent. Because it's poor people, the very people we're talking about. You think if them could have lift up them concrete house and put it somewhere else, them would have do it long time, and 10 years is a whole decade. Do you know there were persons who were 10 when that order came out, that them is a 20-year-old man now and they were detained yesterday? Were you aware of that? So we can have the conversations, you know. Someone me are watching, you know, but me I wait. You see the God I serve? Me I wait. Because I'm the same one disrespectful also. And as them locking up on the mama and the poopa, me them fine. So go and run off your mouth, yeah? I truck back out there wait upon you. Because you forget, say, you're not a part of the movers and the shakers in this country. Yeah? No man, me I talk to them. Because me always, if me go out, whether I be central, whether me go a court, at the dock, you know. Don't ever forget, know thyself. Because smell yourself, you're out of order. Same way, someone did have a whole heap of mouth. And then they probably did dep on TikTok. And the police come for you. Yeah?
how Jamaican
I
families were treated.
don't understand the fact.
But now there is one part of his statement that
think I'm me up on TikTok idling. You know what idling is? When you know about going up in a court and clear the whole court list for free. And your lawyer friend. You have lawyer friend? Yeah, me and Lexi got a courtroom tour yesterday and we cleared the whole court list for free. I'll pay fine for people. What you know about that? You come talk about careless. You don't know nothing, man. What you know about making sure that people don't lose their mind? What you making sure that the same people that want to worship and me have to free them? Come on, bright yourself. But anyway, don't say what me have to say. So anybody who get up this morning and feel like say, it's okay. Hold on. Hello? Oh, go on. Cost about that. Yeah. No, I'm not waste my time, you know. At 2,300 people there on the live right now. I mean, say 1,100 have sense. Yeah? Me sure of that. Majority of Jamaican people, them have sense.
I'm an AI.
Yeah, man. Him vex, man. Him vex bad, man. No joke about it. Alright, so me still never hear in that there one day, in that video there, the specific thing that I was looking for. However, shout out to Mishidex. Mishidex did a video around what was said and how them attack Isaac body what him says. So me hear what going from Mishidex, ladies and gentlemen.
After the demolition of homes in Cooper's Pen, Trelawney, Isa Buchanan came out strongly, raising concerns about how Jamaican families were treated. But now there is one part of his statement that Jamaicans need to hear clearly, because Isa Buchanan is not saying that private property owners do not have rights. In fact, listen carefully to what he said. Let me be clear. I recognize and respect that bona fide owners of private property have legal rights over the use and enjoyment of their land. Those rights are protected by law and must be respected. This is Mishidex commentary, where we look beyond the headlines, cut through the noise, and bring you the stories and issues affecting Jamaica and the Jamaican people. If you haven't already, remember to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell. But listen to this. To today's commentary, Isa Buchanan's clarification is important. His argument is that two things can be true at the same time. A lawful property owner can have rights that must be respected. But when Jamaican families are displaced and their homes and possessions are being demolished, questions must also be asked about human dignity, proportionality, and the responsibility of the state. And that is where Isa Buchanan is drawing the line. He is asking, what happens to those families after the bulldozers leave? Where do the children sleep? Where do the elderly go? And what assistance is available to families who may have lost not only their homes, but their personal belongings?
The following is a release from the People's National Party Media Unit.
I am Isa Buchanan, Member of Parliament for Portland Eastern and the Opposition Spokesperson on Youth and Human Rights. I am deeply disturbed by the recent demolition of structures occupied by Jamaican families, first in St. Thomas and now in Cooper's Pen, Trelawney. These incidents, reportedly carried out during the dusk and dawn hours, have left families homeless while their personal belongings and life possessions destroyed in the process. What is particularly
.jm or check.
Isat also raised serious questions about reports concerning the police operation at Cooper's Pen, including claims that men were detained while families watched the demolition take place. And he is demanding that the circumstances and legal basis of those reported actions be explained. But perhaps the most important distinction in his statement is this. He is not arguing that somebody should be allowed to occupy another person's property simply because they built a house there. His argument is about what happens to vulnerable Jamaican citizens when legal authority is being exercised. As he puts it, lawful authority must be exercised with humanity, fairness, and proportionality. The measure of a government is not only how it protects property rights, but also how it safeguards the dignity and welfare of its most vulnerable citizens. In Jamaica, whether you agree or disagree with Isa Buchanan, at least his position is now clearly stated. The land ownership question must be determined by the evidence and the law. But the treatment and welfare of displaced Jamaican families is another question that cannot simply disappear when the bulldozers drive away. So I want to hear from you. Did Isa Buchanan's clarification change how you understood his position on the Cooper's Pen demolition? Drop your thoughts in the comment section.
So, let me see something. Let me see what the what the ocean wide and the labor right them must say. What them say so? OPM slams Buchanan's repugnant choppy line Cooper's pen comment. What you hear them say?
For a member of the shadow cabinet to publicly advocate for people to perpetrate a scam in order to benefit without just cause from resources which belong to the taxpayers of Jamaica is most disgraceful, unacceptable, and unbecoming. It is unprincipled, and Buchanan should introspect on his comments and recognize the egregious nature of what he has advocated for.
When Buchanan made the remarks during a TikTok live on Wednesday, he's heard telling listeners that anyone whose property was bulldozed must get a house from the government. He further urged people who were not there to break off a piece of furniture, carry it to the site, and claim it as if it was left at their possession. He called on individuals to chop the line. Them a well-known Jamaicans euphemism for scamming. What on it? Don't you have to go text me, Terrian. Somebody get Terrian my number. One of my moderator them put the number in a chat for Terrian there for me. Well, let me see where's them as the writers.
The opposition spokesman's comments are symptomatic of a mentality historically and currently promoted by the opposition, where they often appear to openly support law-breaking and disorder in society. This cannot be the way for lawmakers to conduct ourselves. We should not be...
Hey, them money are so... Yo, when him attack, one frog couldn't go in them, couldn't chop in their mouth, man. No. Yeah! Biggest chopper in a Jamaica. In a year party. So my biggest chopper them. Mr. Uncertified and can't explain it well. Andrew Wheatley recommended for charge Wagwan Black Loki. Exactly me if you tell Andrew that recommended for charge $160 million unexplained wealth. You guys practice shopping the line. The bus them what them buy, we have for $1. How much billion them spend on the bus them? I will still not get some of the bus them. And you're talking about chopping the line. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Advocating for anarchy in society, supporting dishonest conduct, and certainly should resist any urge to encourage people to seek to benefit via false pretense. However, again, the sentiments are consistent with the conduct of the opposition and their promotion of indecency and unlawful conduct. Therefore, I am not expectant that the opposition leader will hold his spokesman accountable for the wanton advocacy of scamming and violation of the law.
Hey, who mans is this? Oh, mans is this?
Give me a second, because I know say Isaac the answer them.
Many places where this conduct is not foreign and schedules for demolition across Jamaica to remove what persons. I saw in the paper today, a noted attorney said that it is time to change the law. And you know why an attorney has to say it is time to change the law about squatters and squatter rights? Because it's too easy for the Negroes, the remnants of slavery, the common man who can't get a piece of land to go onto a land and get possessory titles and AP title out of the registrar of titles. Because the Privy Council
So the rich people they want choppy line and adverse possess land. But they don't want the poor people them to have that opportunity there too. Interesting. Very interesting indeed.
and not many lawyers have been there. So let me tell you something. The Privy Council in Recreational Holdings Limited has said, and this is to my fellow Jamaicans, that where it is that you have been on the land 12 years uninterrupted, it is a matter of formality for you to make the necessary application to become the rightful owner. And many persons in Jamaica, because of their poor status, right? Because of that status, they have been unable to make the application, or nobody has told them that. And so let's have a conversation now about what are the facts and the issues that you are to know about. I have no thought or wish to ascend or descend into a discussion about who owns land in relation to Cooper's Pen. That is a non-issue. The court would have ruled. It went to the Court of Appeal. The government would have failed to take the matter to the Privy Council for protection of the rights of the citizens who were found. It was a collective representation for defendants who, having gone on ground zero and look at the volume of the land, the distance between one set of persons who are squatting versus the others, and each and every individual that was squatting on that land has a different historical context of why they are there. I am not here to speak about the court's ruling. What I want to tell you, though, is that there was no demolition order. And so I can only speak from a human right position.
There was no demolition order, so it was illegal. So, nobody now focus on that. That whoever did this was trying to chop the line. Nobody now focus on that. But they want to take where him said on him live. Because I know, listen, you have to understand, Isaac Buchanan speaking of parables, you know. And there's something called being sarcastic. So if you take sarcasm out of context, what you're going to have is that you're going to be enraged. You're going to be enraged about what he says. You understand? And that's what I can gather from going over the multiple, clips that I went over, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think. For those who were listening to Isaac Buchanan's live stream when he had done it, for those who have the clip, if anybody have the clip, the full clip with the full context, please send it to me. But I'm 100% sure that as a lawyer, Isaac Buchanan would not frame something in a way to jeopardize his position as an MP. But the Jamaica Labour Party and their media outlets, they take a grain of salt and try to make a mountain out of it. When they have two mountains, Andrew Wheatley and Andrew Holness, and them statutory declaration, that is a actual mountain that they're trying to have us believe is a grain of salt. So they are the epitome of saying wrong is right and right is wrong. But on to them. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen.